All right, 20 years ago, this man won the U.S. Open, 1996, Oakland Hills. Does it feel like 20 years? Can you believe it? What's it feel like to you?
Feels like 40 years. I don't know, that seems like another life back then, you know. You play as a young kid, and next thing you know, you're in the 50s, and you're hurting all over the place.
Right.
Yeah, great memories.
What do you remember most?
Oh, that was a big check back then, you know. That made a lot of money, but no, it was just the competition. I loved it.
Well, it was great down the stretch with you and Lehman, Davis Love.
Yeah, right to the last hole, and I bogeyed 17 to make it tight, and then they bogeyed 18, so I won.
Right. Well, and Davis's bogey, what, 3 putting from about 17 feet?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. How much mileage have you gotten out of a U.S. Open victory over 20 years?
Quite a bit.
Can you put a monetary amount on it? Or what does it add up to? I mean, it put a lot of...
Probably not as much as would these days, but back then, yeah, I mean, it was nice. The first couple of years was a lot.
Okay.
But for me, like for the outings that I would do,
right,
I got more money, but I only did like 4 outings a year.
Okay.
Some people might do 10 or 15 or 20, and then their golf game suffers. I still won 3 tournaments after the U.S. Open.
Right.
I just didn't want to be that guy that never played good again.
Right.
And I got a lot of people that helped me with the Andy North. They told me, hey, don't go for all the money all over the world, and because your game will go to pot.
Well, we've seen guys, you've seen guys, I've seen guys who have chased the money all over.
Right. And now I look back at it, I'm thinking maybe I should have chased the money. I'm hurt now again, little tennis elbow.
Yeah.
But hopefully I'll get
Yeah, you've had the tennis elbow for a while, right?
Yeah, and then for 5 years I was okay, and then it came back.
Okay.
So hopefully I'll get it going again.
What do you see? How is the players during 20, 25 years ago during your prime versus now? What difference do you see?
Well, I think overall most of the kids you see are in a lot better shape. They look better in golf clothes than we did. Just stronger and maybe a little more serious.
Yeah.
Some of the guys are. They still got their characters too.
Right.
But
there are fewer characters.
Yeah, it seems like every 10, 20 years you just get fewer characters from the Trevino days, obviously.
Yeah.
We could never live up to Trevino.
Right.
And then nowadays, Jordan's out there. I mean, he's expressive. He's emotional.
Oh yeah.
It's good to see.
No, he's a natural.
Yeah.
I mean, I was under the tree at Augusta last year after the first round, and Azinger came up and goes, "That Jordan Spieth news conference yesterday was amazing." I said, "Why was it amazing?" Because he was so open about everything. Right. He told you what he was feeling while he was staying in the fairway.
Exactly, and that's good to see. And maybe it's going to get him in trouble someday, like it does all people that wear their heart on their sleeves. But it's refreshing. The guy's a pro all the way at an early age. Very impressive.
Champions Tour. Is the competition are the game faces off once you get to the Champions Tour?
Maybe a little bit.
Guys mellowed a little bit?
Maybe a little bit. Knowing that there's most of the time we don't have cuts,
right.
It does help.
Yeah.
And you can relax a little. But it seems like that last day, the last 9 holes, yeah, it gets tougher.
Right. But I think guys have already made their fortune, as opposed to coming in.
Most of them, not me. Not us.
So you know what I'm saying? I mean, rather than raising young kids and trying to carve it out, they had already made it. So that mellows people, I would think.
The kids are out of the house, and it's just the husband and wife. You're out traveling. It's a lot more fun and a little more carefree. And the guys are very competitive, out there. And if you don't shoot low, you're going to get run over.
Right. Now you were long back in your day. Today's game, way different as far as more bombers.
Definitely. I was always about 10th to 20th on tour.
Yeah.
Never a big bomber like Bailey or Jim Dent.
Right.
But definitely a lot more guys hit it a lot farther these days. I think physically they're in better shape. Obviously it's the equipment, the ball and the club.
Right.
Big difference. But you still got to get it in the hole.
How hard I was telling your sidekick that I don't think you got enough credit for changing your grip after you broke your finger.
Yeah,
reverse overlap, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So you played golf.
I played with an
hey,
overlap.
Look at this. He played golf right like that. And how hard?
To that way. Reverse overlap, Varden Jones grip.
You're the Jones.
Yeah,
you're the Jones. All right, good to see you.
Good to see you, Jeff.
All right, see you. Thanks.